The case of Dr. H. H. Holmes. Dr. H. H. Holmes, born Herman Webster Mudgett, is often considered one of America's first serial killers. Operating in the late 19th century, Holmes is most infamous for the construction of his murder castle in Chicago, where he lured, tortured, and murdered an unknown number of victims. His case remains one of the most chilling and intriguing in the annals of American crime history. Background: Herman Webster Mudgett, H. H. Holmes, born on May 16, 1861, in Gilmanton, New Hampshire, Mudgett was a bright but troubled child. He attended medical school at the University of Michigan, where he began developing his skills in fraud and deception. After adopting the alias Dr. Henry Howard Holmes, he moved to Chicago, where he would build his infamous murder castle. The Murder Castle. Construction. In 1887, Holmes began construction on a three-story building that would become known as the Murder Castle. Located in the Englewood neighborhood of Chicago, the building was designed to be a mixed-use space, with retail shops on the ground floor and apartments and offices above. However, the building's true purpose was far more sinister. Design: the Murder Castle was a labyrinthine structure filled with secret passages, trapdoors, soundproof rooms, and stairways leading to nowhere. Holmes designed the building himself, frequently changing contractors to ensure no one fully understood the layout. The second and third floors contained various torture rooms equipped with gas lines, peepholes, and chutes that led to the basement, where Holmes disposed of bodies. Crimes and modus operandi. Victims: Holmes targeted a wide range of victims, including hotel guests, employees, and romantic interests. Many of his victims were young women who had come to Chicago seeking employment or adventure. Holmes used his charm and good looks to lure them into his castle, where they met their gruesome end. Methods: Holmes employed various methods to kill his victims, including asphyxiation, starvation, and lethal gas. He would then dismember the bodies and either sell the skeletons to medical schools or dispose of them in lime pits or incinerators in the basement. The 1893 World's Fair. The 1893 World's Columbian Exposition in Chicago provided Holmes with an ample supply of potential victims. The influx of visitors to the city allowed Holmes to expand his operations under the guise of offering lodging at his hotel. The fair's chaos and the anonymity it provided made it easier for Holmes to commit his crimes without immediate detection. Capture and trial. Insurance fraud. Holmes's downfall began with a series of insurance frauds. He was arrested in Boston in 1894 after being tracked by the Pinkerton National Detective Agency. Initially, he was apprehended for horse theft in Texas, but further investigations revealed his involvement in the disappearances and murders associated with the Murder Castle. Confession and trial. While in custody, Holmes confessed to 27 murders, although the actual number of victims is believed to be much higher. His confessions were inconsistent and often embellished, making it difficult to determine the true extent of his crimes. Holmes was tried and convicted for the murder of his business partner, Benjamin Pittisell, in Philadelphia. He was sentenced to death. Execution. H. H. Holmes was executed by hanging on May 7, 1896, at Moyamensing Prison in Philadelphia. His last words reportedly expressed calmness and a lack of fear about his impending death. Legacy and impact. Infamy. Holmes's case became sensationalized in the media, capturing the public's morbid fascination with his crimes. He was often referred to as America's first serial killer, and his story has been retold in numerous books, documentaries, and fictionalized accounts. The Murder Castle, the building itself, located at 63rd and Wallace Streets, was a source of public curiosity and horror. It was eventually gutted by a fire in 1895, suspected to be arson, and later demolished. Today, the site is occupied by the Englewood branch of the U.S. Postal Service. Cultural impact. Holmes's story has had a lasting impact on popular culture, inspiring books like Erik Larson's The Devil in the White City, which intertwines Holmes's crimes with the history of the 1893 World's Fair. His tale continues to be a chilling reminder of the darker side of human nature and the capacity for evil. Conclusion. As we explore the case of Dr. H. H. Holmes on True Crime, we will delve into the detailed timeline of events, the investigation, and the broader societal implications of this horrifying case. Join us as we examine the evidence, the impact on the community, and the ongoing debates about justice, historical context, and the psychology of one of America's most infamous serial killers. The story of H. Holmes serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of vigilance and the enduring quest for justice in the face of unimaginable evil.